Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the official kickoff of the Festival University.
For me, like the transformative power mostly comes from people I meet.
And I don't think there was one day within the last 60 years where 100 students coming from more than 40 countries met at this campus at the same time.
Then we expect that the unexpected will happen.
Like everyone is going for technology nowadays, but don't forget about art.
And this diverse thing is just so interesting because we learned so many things about politics, culture from one another.
A university should not be a factory.
Since my childhood, I always wanted to change in the educational systems.
A university should be a festival itself.
We're trying to create the university of the future from the viewpoint of all the students here, so we can have more inclusiveness, more diversity, and the kind of education that we would all wish to have.
And I think that the program which we are having now, like we're invited from 40 or more countries, is a really good start from that, because we need to open the education.
I've always felt really strongly about the education system because I believe that's like the stepping point for transformation and how we could just get everything in a holistic point of view.
I think we have to deconstruct a bit this kind of picture of the charismatic leader and see arts and culture more as co-creative processes.
When we were working on the workshops, we were trying to discuss what triggers the change, the transformation, and we came to the conclusion that actually the change is happening all the time.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. To our audience here in the Deep Space and Ars Electronica Center, to the students joining us online via Zoom, and the guests via Facebook. Welcome to the official closing event of the first Festival University. I'm glad you guys are all here. Today, we're gonna give the stage to you, the students, to show us what you have learned, what you have created in the last 3 years. Of 3 years or 3 weeks. Well, we learned a lot. It sometimes felt like 3 years, but it was only 3 weeks. So everything started, if you remember, on August 30th, when we all met online for the very, very first time, and we all were strangers. And we spent a week online working on different activities.
Of course, we know that you are all coming from different backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, and some of those educational backgrounds are actually very competitive. So we wanted to help you create your own code of co-creation for yourselves, which would be, the guideline basically of how you're going to be working together throughout those past 3 weeks. Teams were formed, and those teams then attended a number of different workshops, talks by experts with all sorts of different backgrounds. And of course, you also chose your tracks that you wanted to participate in. We actually encouraged you, if you remember, to pick one that was not your expertise. We wanted you to try out something new and learn something new. We also know that the drone people were, of course, attracted to the drones immediately. But then some people actually got the chance to try out some brand new things with their own bodies.
I think what was also interesting were all the elements around the program. Of course, the Ars Electronica Festival, which most of you attended in person, but as well online, because we had a hybrid event again. And you were also part of the program, if you remember. You were asked on Sunday to work with the audience and include whatever outcome they have given you into your project today. We also wanted you to explore different areas and sightseeing spots in Upper Austria. We went to Voestalpine, a key industry partner here in Upper Austria. We took you to the memorial site of Mauthausen, which of course was very emotional for, I guess, all of us, but we thought it's an important milestone because our program is dedicated to transformation. And then, of course, we also took you to St. Florian for a debrief. And I see, and you already see the great memories and pictures in the background. You also have taken quite a few exciting pictures. And, which was very, very important for us, we understand that you all have a wealth of expertise and experience. And we didn't just want to give you more information through the lectures and workshops. We also wanted to capture what was in your hearts and mind. And we asked you, how would you form the university of the future? We asked you who should be the educators, who should be the students, what do you want to learn? Should it be in a fixed building or should it be a pop-up campus, and so on. And you all gave us an amazing input, which hopefully would then be fed into the new digital university in Upper Austria.
Right, and today we are here expecting the unexpected of you. Finally, the closing event has arrived.
And the stage is yours.
Right, so without further ado, I am going to ask the facilitators of the first two groups, the first being Agnes, to join us here on stage and introduce her team, and then Diana is going to introduce the circular economy team.
Yes. All right, thank you so much, Regina. I had the pleasure of spending last weeks with my group in transit, learning about autonomous vehicles. But being here and being everyone from such diverse backgrounds, we've wondered more about, confronted with our own biases and prejudices, we wondered more about how those autonomous machines are going to perceive us and what kind of prejudices will they have. But now I will give the stage to them, so they will show you more on what they've experienced. Thank you.
Hi, our group name is In Transit, and we made a short film for our final project about prejudice and technology. Basically, there is a little bit of an interactive part because we thought it might be projected on the floor, but now we're not doing that. So just so you know, just go with it, imagine in your head as the film is happening.
Yeah, so we're a group of, we were 13, went to 12, and we're all very pleased with the amount of work we got completed within more or less 48 hours. So yes, we're very pleased with what we produced, and we hope you are too. Thank you.
Artificial intelligence prejudice.
How can you be in this stage?
How do you decide what you need to change within yourself? Where do we even start?
What beliefs and prejudices inform every single thought in our minds?
How can you change the world if you haven't changed yourself?
Enough philosophizing. Stand up and go to your favorite color now. In approximately 10 seconds you will undergo digital transformation.
The actions we take in the digital world define who we are as data. Algorithms take this data and use it to deliver content that we are more interested in, all in an effort to keep us engaged. But these algorithms feed us into polarizing bubbles and echo chambers, pushing our communities further apart. We may even be pushed into ideas without us questioning why we believe them. What should be about engagement becomes enragement. This is the prejudice inherent in today's digital spaces. Worldviews are pushed to extremes with no space for interconnection. When we only see one point of view, how can we expect to understand each other? What if our actions online made us see our similarities more than our differences? What if we were encouraged to exchange with others to understand their beliefs, not attack them? Digital technologies still have the power to bring us closer together. There should be room for difference and diversity. There should be no room for prejudice.
Da li predrasude mogu biti korišćene kao vodilje pozitivne promjene? Ko definiše šta je zapravo pozitivna promjena?
ولكن من يعرف التحيز؟
আপনি কি পূর্ব ধারণার কারণে সুবিধা বা অসুবিধায় পড়েছেন?
Fühlen wir uns durch Vorurteile mächtiger?
Kuinka tekoäly voi olla vähemmän asenteellinen?
Czy technologia może uczynić nas bardziej introspektywnymi?
আমরা কি পক্ষপাতকে বিকেন্দ্রীকরণ করতে পারবো?
Wer sind wir ohne Vorurteile? Sind Vorurteile Teil unserer Identität?
كيف يمكننا أن نتغير إن كان كل واحد منا يعيش في عالمه الخاص؟
It's been my pleasure to spend the 3 weeks with my team of 16 strong and confident individuals from a wide range of countries, bridging United States and Brazil to Europe, having Turkey in the middle and going as far east as Japan and Taiwan. Plastic Hearts is the name they chose to dive in together in the topic of circular economy. Plastic Hearts is the next ring in the chain reaction for change. We've had a really intense program consisting of inspirational talks, workshops, excursions, and many more less formal but equally important interactions. Now I'm curious, together with all of you, to experience what they have extruded from that. The space is yours.
Emotions. So, as we've all heard, we went through a pretty intense program this last 3 weeks, and we were actually confronted with a lot of questions that are big scale, intimidating, and honestly evoked a lot of emotions in us. One of the main themes actually being frustration, anger, sadness, the feeling of being overwhelmed. So we tried to use that actually in order to come up with an answer of our own, and the answer is emotions. We were giving the opportunity, as you also already know, because most of you did the same thing, to interact with the visitors of a sea festival, and we gathered their answers to those big scale questions. We wanted to give them a platform, and we are in agreement. Emotions are the key factor of change, not just for us, but for those visitors too. Emotions have the potential to initiate movement instead of stagnation. Emotions, when handled right, trigger a circular process of awareness that, over the identification of the problem at hand, lead to growth. And while having an emotional conversation, one always walks a fine line between devastation and inspiration. So to find a balance, it is crucial to look at facts and emotions as equals. So how do we navigate this change of perspective? If we look back in history, of our history together actually, we see this chain reaction of change that brought us in this very room, in this very moment together, and ask ourselves, like, what do all those moments in history and in present have in common?
Connectivity. It is in human nature to be opinionated and to hold your opinions dear. It is also different to break up your polarized views based on ideology. However, opinions are not set in stone. The whole of humanity is based on our ability to express, sympathize, and mirror each other. We are intrinsically interconnected.
Accessibility. Providing the opportunity for every voice to be heard. All of us came here with different perspectives, confronted with one problem. Even though the solutions might be very different or even seem irrelevant, that does not mean that any of these solutions are wrong. In a diverse world, we need diverse solutions. What works for us does not necessarily work for all the other culture. Furthermore, our world is globally connected. Therefore, we need intersection and diverse opinions and connections to create change that is holistic, long-lasting, and works for everybody. One example such as social media, where there is the possibility to actually create a real interconnected community. It's about reclaiming social media as a junction of information and opinion, of knowledge and emotions. We are therefore advocating for a humanistic technology with human-centered products where ethics should play an important role.
When we started this journey with the Festival University program, we thought that we could use this opportunity to use new technologies through artistic rethinking. But we soon realized that this is not the point, and new technologies or artistic mediums are just a part of a whole ecosystem of change when humans should be at the center. Change takes place in us just as it takes place in technologies and computer systems and animals, AIs. This clear reflection of ourselves, which we gain through emotions, is the most important aspect on which we should base this new technology-driven change of the present. By breaking up the existing ownership of technology and bringing back to the people, we will build a positive driver of change where sense of community and sustainability will be at the center stage. So we all have the solution. It's about a change of narrative.
So those were the first two groups, and I am already impressed and feel very proud. So I'm really curious about the next ones. Can you hear me? I think this has been the most asked question during the pandemic. And of course, I refer to the Zoom calls that we all had in the Zoom meetings. And we had a wonderful team of students online, and Max is going to introduce them next. And then following that, Sonia will go into her team that we're working on drones and swarm behavior. Max.
Hello, my name is Max. I had the honor to facilitate the online team called We Audible. And this name is not just a joke about the everyday struggle of online communication. It is also, if you think about it, it also resonates well with the workshops that we had. We had international experts who taught us how to analyze online content and to create stories to give a voice to those people that are not in the spotlight all the time. Ironically, at first, it was the online group itself who did not get the equal attention. And additionally, they were spread over all the world's time zones. So all in all, they had a very, very challenging, maybe even impossible task. But did they give up? No, they stood up. And they demanded and they created everything that was necessary to organize global collaboration. So these guys already started transforming their world, and now they invite all of you to join their change reaction and enjoy their presentation. Thank you very much.
And to the online team, you're now on the big screen, so you can wave. We're waving at you. And we're curious about your video.
Am I hungry enough? Are we hungry enough? Bring your favorite ingredient and join us to build a kitchen that is nurturing of ideas and beings, where we persevere to learn, to heal, and to grow.
Welcome to the We Audible Kitchen. It is as messy as us all, inside and out. Here is Kit Change, Ingredients for Transformation, our first ever recipe book by We Audible Kitchen.
The kitchen is a place of open community. Everything here is a raw material from around the world. Here are the cabinets, drawers, shelves, and hangers. So many ways we can differentiate, or so many ways to bring them together. Before we begin, don't forget to bring with you fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains. These are the colors of our cultures and disciplines.
Water is the Alexa for change. Its magic touch is enough to freshen up and get started. Now find opportunities. What can you do? What can you become? Milk them all you can. Hold the sieve steady and clean, for it will help you make sense of the vast world and its many mysteries.
Cut, slice, chip, clip, the grater, known for its mighty power of giving different forms with each action.
Be bold, be the knife, have the edge it takes to bring ideas to life. Well, all big ideas need a strong platform. Don't tell us you forgot the cutting board.
Have you got an egg? Each egg has the power to bring new life on this planet. Pause. Water is the elixir for change, right? Well, fire is the force to pause and reflect. Beware, be a leader who can craft this force carefully for critical change.
Remember to be patient, to breathe. Any change, like food, requires time to come to life, one step at a time. ليس الماس هو رأي الزمن في الفحم. Khalil Gibran. Perhaps time's definition of coal is the diamond. Lastly, make some noise. Where is your pot, your serotin?
Your kadahi?
Your scavarada.
Your pin.
Bring them all together to create, learn, and share.
All cooked and served. Change is done, right? Something feels off. We have salt to the rescue. Take some critique with a grain of salt. Don't fret. Don't aim for perfection or uniformity. Look at the bright side of what we made together. Something sweet, something with respect and love. Have empathy for everyone and for yourself.
Our kitchen is open 24/7. Bring one, bring all. Contribute your ingredients for the transformation on Discord at Kit Change. Invitation link on chat box.
Thank you. This is nurturing of ideas and beings. Where we persevere. Oh no, I don't like it. I messed up.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yes.
It was so funny.
I screwed up this whole thing.
Who is the cut slash?
Wow, you're not audible.
The next group is dedicated to the topic drones and swarm behavior. In their first team building step, they gave them the name Hivemind. Most of the workshops and talks were organized with Ars Electronica Future Lab. The guys really enjoyed it. And they want to thank and extend a special thank you to a honorary membership to Hivemind. But what I can say as a comment and sparkling anecdote, it's not that Future Lab is now a part of Hivemind. You are now a part of the creative Ars Electronica swarm. Thank you for that.
Okay, I just want to say something before we start our presentation. As you will notice, our presenter are 3 male of our group. When we realized that this would have happened, we asked ourselves if we should have in some kind of way balanced the gender inside the presentation. But then we decided that as Hivemind, we want to believe that we are living in a post-gender world. And we want to be proud of having 3 male now to present our work. And this is not a problem for us.
Hello. As Sonia said, we are the Beehive Mind. And our video has not started. There we go. Okay, we are the Beehive Mind. In our discussions with the visitors at the Ars Electronica festival, we noticed that a lot of the public perception about drones was really negative and revolved around fear. However, this is due to the fact that much of what we hear about drones are acts of violence and warfare and violations of privacy. However, this is not the only range of applications that drones can have. There's so many positive applications as well. The Ars Electronica Future Lab has already demonstrated the use of drones in art and performance, but there are also many real-world applications as well, like construction and utility inspection, disaster response, agriculture, and really so many more. And that kind of got us thinking, because we think that the integration of drones in our society is not something to be feared, but something to push for. And we hope that in the future, we can have a much broader discussion about the positive applications of drones in order to foster a change that leads to the greater integration of drones in our daily lives.
In the last few weeks, we've been discussing a lot about change, chain reaction of change, transformation. And we've believed that we have initiated some sort of change right here in Ars Electronica Center. We have developed an AI application that tracks your body in order to use the drones. This could not have happened if it wasn't for the case, without the help from the experts from the Ars Electronica Future Lab. Here you can see on the top row, this is our first test on site, which you can see it has been successful. We are very grateful for their help. And we believe we achieved science through art by asking the right questions, and art through science by giving the right tools to the artists.
So we implemented audio, why not, and also visuals. If you raise your right hand, you can control the volume as well as the intensity of the color of the drone. And if you raise your left hand, you can control the volume and the pitch, of course. And then you're an artist. You're creating paintings, drawing with lights and drones. And you can create a lot of things, and also the intensity is changed by the beat per minute detection. So I want to thank Ars Electronica, because we created the music loop that you're going to listen in one stand in JQ University. So thank you, because this without you would not have been possible. So then let's see the video.
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm going to
We actually also have another video presentation that we took inspired by the Vitruvian man, which is the basic geometric starting point for determining the dimensionality of the human being. And in this video, we connect that with the modern human in order to humanize drones. Drones themselves are not bad. They have no behavior, but the human controls the drone, and it is the human instead that commits these violent acts that we hear about all the time. And so the video is meant to show that relationship.
Hivemind, ladies and gentlemen. And now I have the pleasure to announce the last two presentations that are going to be showing you how students can basically kickstart transformation and the chain reaction of change, starting with Miriam, who has been leading the group, facilitating the group, Creative Robotics, and then we're going to hear from Ben, who has been working on transforming the bodies of a number of students. Miriam, please.
Hi. Wow, okay, I'm nervous. So yeah, it was a pleasure to work with the team Creative Robotics. My heart is racing right now. So yeah, I'm very proud to introduce to you the team Creative Robotics. They themselves refer to them as the missing links. Also, big thanks go to the Creative Robotics team around Johannes Braumann. Also, I saw Amir. Hi. Thanks for visiting us. Yeah, the workshop sessions were very thought-provoking, inspiring, and raised some moral questions. And yeah, I invite you now to experience the transformation of the now connected links.
In an ideal world, there would be no need for classification. I think it's required in this non-ideal world, but can be damaging.
When do you feel categorized? What are positive and negative boxes you are putting in your daily life? When do you feel categorized? What are positive and negative boxes you are putting in your daily life? When do you feel categorized? What are the positive and negative boxes you are putting in your daily life? When do you feel categorized? What are the positive and negative boxes you are putting in your daily life? What are the positive and negative boxes you are putting in your daily life?
You need to ask good questions if you want to get reliable answers.
Focus on qualification, not gender.
Gerçekçi cevaplar almak için doğru soruları sormalısın.
Quando mi chiedono dove provengo.
Es ist an der Zeit, neue Wege einzuschlagen. Wir müssen die Systeme, die bestehen, open and honest conversation. 关注质量而不是性质。
Cancellation of national border. You feel categorized whenever.
我先盡量我哋國家點講咧，就説方式。
喺一個理想嘅世界，我哋並唔需要分階級。
Label. A word or a phrase that is used to describe the characteristics or qualities of people, activities, or things, often in a way that is unfair.
We are categorized every day. We are put in labels, boxes, tiles. When was the last time you felt put into a box without your consent? Someone just closed the lid and trapped you inside of it.
The attached value of such label varies per individual. One can find comfort and belonging where one can disregard the attributed label.
One individual is formed from a cluster of tiles. One ensemble of clusters is a society.
En un mundo ideal no hay necesidad de clasificar.
U idealnom
Creo que en
svetu
este
ne
mundo
postoji
no
potreba
ideal
za
es un
klasifikacijom.
requisito, pero puede ser
Mislim da je
peligroso.
neophodno u ovom neidealnom svetu, ali može da nanese štetu.
We, as a set of individuals, need to see and understand this multifaceted property of humans.
We all reflect on each other and have an influence in the way we are perceived.
An individual has the power to shine and create a chain reaction that reflects on its peers.
An individual, placed in different environments, will keep its individual facets and properties, but will see their reflections altered.
In our world, how would you present yourself without any labels? In an ideal world, there would be no need for classification.
U idealnom svetu ne postoji potreba za klasifikacijom. Mislim da je neophodno u ovom neidealnom svetu, ali može da nanese štetu.
Σε έναν ιδανικό κόσμο δεν θα ήταν αναγκαία η κατηγοριοποίηση. Πιστεύω ότι είναι απαραίτητη σε αυτόν τον μη ιδανικό κόσμο, αλλά μπορεί να έχει καταστροφική απόρρεια.
Hello, hello. This is the end. Thank you. I don't know if it's possible to have the rest of the connected links now. Yeah, come on. We have like a few minutes and 1 minute left for this. I wanted to especially take the voice to say a big thank you for the whole team. We had an audio, animation, presentation and coordination, and they were all amazing. And especially 2 people I want to shout out, and I really want you to give your biggest shouts and bigger claps because they've been working still this morning. I want Natasha and I want Denise in front of me, please. They are so amazing at creating this animation and finalizing the audio, so big thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ben, and I had the wonderful pleasure of facilitating the Transforming Your Body group. And our group name is Neopangia, which is a reference to this hypothetical future situation in which all of the continents of the earth come back together to form one landmass again. We all come from very different backgrounds, very different places, geographically speaking. And over the past 3 weeks, we've been basically dancing. And I mean, not many of my group originally had that much experience as performers, as dancers. But I've had the great pleasure of being part of and witnessing this transformation that we've undergone in the meantime into performers somehow. It's like how our topic, which is transforming the body, actually kind of turned more into witnessing how the body transformed us within the framework of our workshop and beyond that. So what you're about to see is something completely different. It is a dance, a choreography of sorts, to music with video accompaniment. And I would like to thank, officially, Silka and Kirin also, who led the workshops and helped us make a safe and nurturing space in which to find that inner source of communication that we have. And it all starts with the body. And now we're going to be trying to show us how we've changed with our bodies to you. Yes. Okay, now let's get into the position then, everybody. All right.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
brothers and sisters. They were all trying to hook your attention. We also learn to hook the attention of other humans, and we develop a need for attention which can become very competitive. Children compete for the attention of their parents, their teachers, their friends. Look at me, look what I'm doing. Hey, I'm here. The need for attention becomes very strong and continues into adulthood. The outside dream hooks our attention and teaches us what to believe, beginning with the language that we speak. Language is the code for understanding and communication between what you are seeing and hearing right every now letter is every word in each language is dreaming right now in this moment. Once we understand the code, you're dreaming. Our attention is awake, and the energy is transferred. Dreaming is the person function of the mind, and the mind was not your choice 24 hours a day. You didn't choose your religion or your moral values. They were already there before you were born. The difference is we never had the opportunity to choose what to believe or what not to believe. We never chose even the smallest of these agreements. We didn't even choose our own name. As children, we didn't have the opportunity to choose our beliefs, but we agreed with the information that was passed to us from the dream of the planet via other. There's a material frame. The only way to store information is by agreement. When the outside dream we do not have our attention, and the dream we don't have tendency to change and store that information. Humans are dreaming. As soon as we agree, we believe it. Before this is called the humans before us created. We never had the opportunity to choose what to believe or what not to believe.
All right. Wow, I'm actually speechless. I don't know what to say. Ina, I'm handing the word to you. How was it?
I wish we could dance our feelings outside of ourselves, just like this team did, because then it would be much, much easier, I think, it feels like, to express ourselves. I also feel speechless. I know how difficult, amazing, inspiring, filled with love and filled with learning these past 3 weeks have been for you, and I know that it has been an extremely painful process, leaving a lot of the ideas behind that you absolutely wanted to present today. We know exactly how hard that has been for you, so I just wanted to thank you for, at the end, coming to a conclusion together in the teams about what you wanted to present today, what key message you wanted to share, and I hope that you will get more chances to present all of those other ideas that you had to leave behind for now.
As you know, the program was financed by the Ministry of Education of Austria, and the key organizations are Ars Electronica and Johannes Kepler University, who made this program come alive. And I would now like to invite Gerfried Stocker, the Artistic Director and co-CEO of Ars Electronica, and Meinhard Lucas, Director of the University, to come on stage for a few words.
Well, everybody who knows me knows this is a very rare situation that I'm speechless, but I'm almost. And I think there's really nothing left to say. I mean, you definitely had a really nice time in Linz. We could see you enjoyed it. This was very important. And we definitely got so much interesting output and contribution from your side to our project. So you're handing over quite a big responsibility to us now. Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's now me to say thank you. With deep respect, thank you for being the pioneers of the Festival University, at the very first Festival University. Thank you so much for being so open-minded. Thank you so much for being so sensitive, for being in a position to promote diversity at this university. And congratulations, congratulations that you have formed, that you have shaped this Festival University. With your minds, with your thoughts, either with your bodies as we have seen now. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. If I could ask you to just stay with me. We would also like to thank, on behalf of our team, thank you for your support. And it has been a great pleasure and honor to be working on the program, Festival University. I think I speak on behalf of the whole team. Well, we are now saying goodbye to our YouTube guests because we're going to start the certificate handover. But for everybody who is in Linz, come to the main square today at around 6 or 6:15 p.m. You're going to meet the students. We're going to have a small fun activity there as well. So I hope it's not raining. You're all invited to come. And for everybody on Zoom, if you can stay with us for a few seconds, we're just going to say now goodbye to the YouTube guests, and we're going to be right back in a few seconds.
I don't want to disturb you, but I think, Gerfried, it's very important that before our video guests are leaving, that we too say thank you, not only to the students, but to the facilitators, to the teams of Ars Electronica and JKU. You all did a really great job. Thank you so much.